It's the final means to an end mission. That means the last interference mission, the last bit of lore for the season of the arrivals. So we'll just go over how we can unlock the final mission, and then we're going to go for a complete walkthrough because I thought it was so good and I enjoyed it so much. So let's first of all get this underway by going to the prismatic recaster. You pick it up, and of course the contact event this week, which is the first part of the means to an end, it's on Titan. So kill the gits on Titan. You know, it's the brothers Grimm, the pair of howlers. Make sure you get them both together so the shields collapse and then you can destroy them. Then after that, it's the Umbral traces. Now to do the Umbral traces this week for the final time, hooray! Thank God for that. You can either do the menagerie or you can do the heroic adventures, you can do Elimination Crucible, or you can do the Trials of Osiris. As before, I'd recommend you do the menagerie. It's probably the fastest way for you to get shed loads of these Umbral traces. Just make sure you stick some damage on every boss that you can see, because even if you don't kill them, you'll get the hordes of Umbrals dropping for you, and you'll get it done pretty quickly within 2 runs. I'd have said, if you're lucky, 3 at a push. And then we're off to Io, to the cradle, finally. Now it starts off all normal, you know, with shooting the little eye thing and killing the gits and all that, and then we get transported into a brand new area. It's called Sabotage. Now this was data mined a while ago, but they've obviously put it all on hold. But let's make our way through the mission and we'll talk about the best bits as we go. And I also want to give you some hints on the final boss fight too, which is quite tricky, surprisingly.
You are a child reaching toward a flame.
Mark Hamill.
The Taken Queen would not have you burnt. Pledge your allegiance and be reborn.
Nokris, Oryx's foundling and exiled brother to Crota. He is now bound to Savathûn as a catalyst for her interference. Silence it.
I love these standalone little missions. It looks stunning. I really like the Ascendant plane look, and the background and everything. It's just so cool. And I don't know if you noticed, but like the motif of like the tree here, we've got little branches. It's almost like a distorted version of the tree of Silverwings. So anyway, let's just make our way into the main area. Now what we're going into is basically another version of the Court of Oryx, because there's been a couple of things of big interest for me, really, and it's actually tied into the Festival of the Lost, because the spider mission that we go on, he says that they've been salvaging things from the Rings of Saturn, which can only mean one thing, the Dreadnought. And then, of course, the Court of Oryx was on the Dreadnought too. Sorry, it's probably completely unrelated, but it's funny how thematically they're both just tying in this week. Didn't expect this mission this week at all. Because here we kind of see where, if you remember the Dreadnought from Destiny 1, this is the Court of Oryx. You'd put your doodahs, it's been so long ago, you put in your different sacrifice or whatever it was to get whichever level you were going to fight, so you do it here. And it's so atmospheric, and the score is great on the Darkness Overtones, and look at that! Yes, that was me going, Jesus, in the background there.
One in a chain of failures, claimed and sunken.
Now, this Nokris fight was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Now, you can't really fail it. You don't wipe. There's no respawn, really. It's the same mechanic as the Nokris strike. So you've got the diamonds on the darkness shards spinning in the air. Then you get the knights who pop up. There we go. There they are. So once the knights pop up, they drop the artifacts, which you then have to fling at the crystal shards. And once you destroy it, then you can pop some damage an old Nokris Mark Hamill head. So what you have to do is kill these envoys of Savathûn first. You can see them that they're wizards in this particular instance, but they do cycle through, becomes knights, and then it finally becomes ogres, who are the most difficult to beat. And you're constantly being thrashed by Thrall as well, which is a total pain in the ass. Thank you, little cursor buddy, he's very helpful. Now then, once you kill the wizards, then of course what will happen is these knights will pop up out of the ground. So here we go, the envoys are about to be killed, and there we go, the knights will erupt out of the ground. There they go, the swines. I can't remember what they're called, I can never read their names, but anyway, once you kill one of those, there we go, there's a relic, pick the relic up, and then just bung it at the nearest shard. It kind of homes in. Make sure you've got your reticle on it, and then it will easily hit it, no problems at all. Sorry, I love it when he speaks. Anyway, so there we go. He's down now. So once you break that, he's down. Administer kick-ins with lasers and whatever you have about you, and then the cycle repeats. But this time, like I said, instead of the wizards now, it's going to be knights. Here they come, yes! The knights are now envoys. It's quite handy to stay around this end, really, because you've got the rocks to give you some kind of cover. Otherwise, Nokris will be taking pot shots at you with his stupid fists. Here we go, here's the end of Mr. Knight. And now we've got the chaps popping up the relic bearers again. Thank you for that, Umbral. Here they go. Now just remember, being knights, of course, when they whip their shields up, they're going to be recharging behind it like cowards. Look at it, it's so annoying. Pile in, grab it, and what's the homing effect now? Excellently handy, so don't worry too much about missing it. It'll suck you in, missus. Okay, here comes Nokris again. Empowering Rift. Rocket to the face. Lovely. Using my horror story. I haven't used that for ages. So you can see, he's not that difficult to beat, but it's just the constant waves of enemies, really, that get to be a problem. So this was the most difficult round, I thought. Make sure you can kill the ogres, and then, of course, the knights will pop up with their artifacts. But I don't know if you can see on the periphery of our vision there, but there's 2 green lasers coming from the 2 separate shards. So there's not 1, there's 2 this time. And they're actually hidden up in the top of the cliff on each side. So it's a bit more difficult to get these 2. Eat this. Ha 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 ha. Punching the ogre bollocks. That's what we like to hear. There we go. Final ogre down. Here come the knights. So here we go, we're going to grab the relic, and we're going to jump to the walls. We're going to go up on this island here, and then up onto the next island as well, because it's just behind those walls we need to go. Kill those pain in the arses. Go away, you acolyte idiots. Ugh, they killed me, makes you sick. Okay, so let's resume from where we left off. You can see my artifact rolling down there. Just kill the tossers. There we go, pick up the relic, and then you'll see it just tucked behind. There it goes, give it a homing shot. Boom, 1 down. Okay, off up to the left area here. It's not too bad, really. It's only 2 little jumps. 1, and there's the scions on the other side. Try and punch him, but he keeps on escaping. I feel like an ass. Get out of the way. Run towards him and punch him again. Right, and there we go. There it is. Once that's done, Nokris' shield is down, and we can commence attack on the Death Star's main reactor. You do get piled once you take that last thing down, so be careful. You're going to get Thrall jumping up to get you and the like. Ooh, now then, there are Shriekers either side, so be very careful, because they do empty stuff into you. They're really far out as well, so just be careful they don't kill you too. And goodbye, Mr. Nokris. Oh, he killed me again at the last minute, but never mind, I killed him too. There we go, interference, clear the air. Last one done.
Nokris is an abomination. His name stricken from the world's grave. You've done well to purge his stain from this failing court.
Why would Savathun work with him?
Nokris is an exploited outcast little light. A necromancer. Though I'm sure the Taken Queen saw value in his craft. Death rituals to buck the worm's game. I dare not wonder how she meant to wield that knowledge.
We shouldn't dwell on it, you know. He's not coming back from that.
Good riddance. Savathun's haze has diminished considerably, though not completely.
She's still out there, hiding.
And I hope she saw what became of her brood. Hold still. I will fetch you.
Now this is fantastic. I love this bit. We get to speak to the darkness again.
Don't you see? It is as we once said. In light, there is only weakness, only failure, only death. But where the light takes, the dark gives. No longer will you be a pawn. No longer will you watch the lives of those you care for be lost. Remember, in darkness there is only strength, only victory, only life. Ancient power awaits you on Europa.
Here we go then. It's basically Europa, here we come. Sorry about my clearing my throat there, but I left my mic on when I was watching this with my gob hanging open. This is a fantastic room, and the little statues in it are so cool. I love the way that some of them are only half formed coming out of the ground, and we've also got all 4 races standing around the pyramid, which of course is the 5th race. We've got the Fallen, we've got the Hive, we've got us, and we've got the Cabal. And is there any Vex here? You know, I'm not too sure if there's any Vex here. So we've got Hive. Yeah. There's no Vex. We've got the Hive, the Fallen, the Cabal, and us. So the Vex aren't considered. They are not worshipping the darkness. They are odd, the Vex, though. But sorry, I didn't realise that. That's really interesting. There's no Vex in there. I wonder why. Well, anyway, that's the end of the mission, but let's go back to Eris, now in the cradle for the final time, and get the final bit of lore and finish this lore book. Yes, look, I'm a bit of an idiot, but there we go. Okay, let's go and see Eris.
This transmission can be translated as contact. Not physical, more ethereal, influential. It is conjugated here as an action with a singular subject, but innumerable objects. Guardian, what if we are not the only ones to whom the darkness speaks?
So is the darkness speaking to us, the Cabal, the Fallen, and also the Hive, but not the Vex, because they weren't in that room? I don't know, it's really interesting, and the scene is basically set now, so I don't know what else is left to happen. Although there's going to be a big switch over when Beyond Light comes, because just think about it, Destiny 2 is going to be erased from all of our hard drives, and Destiny 2.0.5.1, or Destiny 3, let's call it, is basically going to be re-downloaded. So we're all going to be having a brand new game come November the 10th. So we don't really know what's in store, and how is that transition going to take place? Are we going to have like a Fortnite-style live event that culminates in Destiny going offline in a kind of countdown timer, or something happening? Just, I don't know. I'm really excited about this transition. I think we're going to be in for, well, some new stuff, but also a new way of playing the game. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found my insights not too stupid and pointless, but at least a bit thought-provoking. And if you do like my videos, I'd really appreciate it if you drop me a like below, leave a message, anything at all, and a subscribe would be fantastic as well. Now, if you want to get notifications, when you click the bell, make sure you click it twice, otherwise you won't get any notifications from my channel, because YouTube like to make it really hard for us poor, stupid, small idiots like me. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next Time Sausages extravaganza.